next one all by myself.
You did?
You see, Mom?
You are so beautiful. Mwah. Hey everyone, I'm Kenzie Moss, and for today's member spotlight, you may recognize it's Jason Moss. Thank you for being
Hey,
here.
how
Hi,
are you?
good. How are you?
Dude, so this should be a fun one.
This is a unique spin on our member spotlight, but we are technically members of GMA, so I wanted a lot of people know who you are, but they might not know your story. So I really wanted to give you the opportunity to tell us how you got here and why GMA is what GMA is today.
Right. Good deal. I'm good. This is gonna be the extended version because I started back in kindergarten. Actually, not far from that. I actually started this crazy journey started in the first grade. Believe it or not, I was in McDonald Elementary School, and they decided at our school that we needed to do some field trips, and they took us as 6 and 7 year old kids to a Ford factory in Hateful, Georgia. I walked us to a factory, and man, I walked through there, and I was fascinated as a little kid. They were rolling in steel, and they were rolling out cars, and it was like, man, that's cool. Had no idea that was going to end up being, my career, but it's been a fun ride. It's been really neat to be able to see uh, the progression of manufacturing and be able to be part of it. And GMA was I founded this back in '08 with the sole purpose. I mean, you probably heard it once before. The sole purpose to help support and grow manufacturing throughout the state of Georgia by hosting factory tours and networking events and educational sessions. And it's been a fun ride. We've been able to see some really cool manufacturing operations, from mom and pop machine shops to some of the biggest manufacturers, brand names that are known in the state of Georgia. So, but that's been fun, and I'm really excited about what we got next. Do you want to share with them a little bit about what we've got next and why?
So in September of 2026, we have our summit coming up. And it's something that we haven't done since 2019. It's something that I have not done as an employee of GMA. So it took me a little bit of convincing Jason, but I really wanted to do the summit. I wanted to experience the process leading up to it, the event itself, and just I've heard so much success and seen so much good success from it that I wanted to see for myself, and I'm very, very excited.
Yeah.
How are you
So
feeling leading up to it?
So the backstory is Ken's was like, let's do this thing. It'll be fun. Like you had no idea what you're asking for, how much work it is to put these things together. Actually I hosted in 2013 and 2014 the Georgia Manufacturing Expo, which was a consumer facing event to highlight and showcase the products that were made in Georgia. Found out that didn't exactly line up with where we wanted the organization to go, and really wanted to dig back in to help support the manufacturers themselves rather than really talking about it as much on the product side. So that's when it turned into the summit, and that was 2015, and it was a wild ride. We started out with about 250 people. We were expected to have by the 2020 event over 1,000 people in attendance, and we were tracking that, and it was a blast. And there's a lot of work that goes into them, and we were heavier staffed than we are today.
Mhm.
But over the years, we found some efficiencies. You have to build in efficiencies, find stuff that works, and kind of keep that um, under our head about what we're doing and how we're doing it. But I'm so excited that you were so enthusiastic about doing this event that we decided to pull the trigger. As soon as we decided to, the floodgates opened up. People are their enthusiasm. Just about every week I'm bumping into people that ask me, when are you going to do your event again? When are you going to do your big event again? And I'm really really tickled that we're going to be doing it at the Cobb Gallery, September the 15th. 2026. I think I've got one of our keynotes nailed down. There may be one other. There will be another keynote that we'll be bringing in on that group, and um, booths are beginning to sell. So you can go to GeorgiaManufacturingSummit.com and register to attend as an attendee, and you can register and purchase your booth space if you want to exhibit that. This year we're doing something really different. The good and bad about the Cotton Galleria is they're going through a renovation. So part we're going to be going into is the Grand Ballroom, which is what we've used before. But historically, we've had access to educational breakout sessions in other parts of the venue. So we have a little more flexibility on attendee count and that kind of thing. But in the 2019, we had over 800 attend the event. So we had basically tabletops in the whole exhibit hall. And this year we're going to have to be restricted. We can only put 500 attendees in, and we're going to have 40 exhibitors. And the cool part about it is we're going to split it between suppliers and manufacturers. I got feedback over the years that, hey, we have more suppliers than manufacturers, and granted, it's the Georgia Manufacturing Summit. It should be about manufacturers. So this year we've got 250 tickets to attend that'll be suppliers, and 250 tickets to attend that will be manufacturers. And these are going to be the top of the top, the best people, the most engaged, active people in manufacturing. We expect that this thing will sell out relatively quick. Again, we're 10 months out, 11 months out from hosting the event. So we've got some ramp time, but the venue is the venue and we can't make it any bigger. So we're kind of capped at that. So if you're interested in attending, and especially if you're interested in exhibiting, we've already sold 3 or 4 of our supplier tickets, exhibitors. Those will go quickly. So if you are interested, you need to go ahead and get that registered up quick. We're only gonna have one person per industry. So we're only gonna have one bank represented, and we're only gonna have one staffing company represented. So if you want it, you need to sign up, get it quick, lock it in, so that you don't miss out on that piece of it. So that's the big piece that we got coming down the road. One thing I'm going to get, and I don't typically get up in the middle of the evening.
This is an all-around different interview.
And this is very timely. We're really excited. The other piece that I wanted to share with folks is these are in Manufacturing Your Network. This is a book that I just got through writing. I've spent, roughly 30 years in the networking space. And I'm really excited to be able to share some insights that I've, had shared with me over the years, and just passing these things along. I didn't create anything, trust me. There's nothing new under the sun, but I've been able to consolidate and give the clip notes of what I have found to be most effective to help people to get more value from the time that they network, and actually turn conversations into contracts and relationships, and really build those things. So this Manufacturing Your Network in November, we typically host networking events the third Friday of each month. We host one in at the 400, basically 400 285 at Adam Bowling's office at USI at the King and Queen building. And then we host one for lunch, for the networking lunch, and Laura Matajewski of HLB Gross Collins host a separate networking event over lunch. We're combining both of those 2 events, and we're going to host them November the 13th. Tickets are for sure limited on that. And we're going to be talking about this book, the rollout. Got another big announcement that I can't officially say until November the 1st. And then we're going to be book summit and kind of our plan going forward. So good, hop in online, GeorgiaManufacturing.com, go upcoming events and get registered for that. If there's still space available, that's going to be a room full of rock stars, the people that are already signed up for that. Those are the movers and shakers in the industry and in the association that you can plug into. So that's really the big stuff that we got going on. That I'm excited. But I won't turn the tables on you. And I didn't tell you I was going to do this. But
Are you interviewing me?
I'm going to interview you for this little piece, and
Yeah.
I want you to give me your feedback from your experience in GMA, and then also your experience doing the member spotlight and the maker spotlight. Tell me a little bit about those 2 pieces.
Okay. GMA in general, I started off confused because I, coming from a teaching background, knew nothing about business. I mean, that was just foreign to me. I mean, I saw Wesley doing it, and it did not seem like something I wanted to do. Um, I didn't want to be like a salesy type of person. It made me nervous. But once I jumped in, and you've said it a million times, GMA is not hard, and it's all about building relationships, which I love to do. And I've realized that the people in this industry are so nice, and I really haven't had a bad experience. It might happen one day, but overall, I've met some really awesome people, and that's been my favorite part for sure. And I've had the opportunity to meet so many of our members specifically through the networking events and the plant tours and stuff, but also through the member spotlight and the Maker's Mic. Um, in my head, I had that manufacturers were just like dirty, greasy men that just didn't really want to talk or anything. And that was definitely a stereotype that I had in my head. These people that I've interviewed have such amazing stories. I mean, some of them really started from their parents' basement and it have just skyrocketed. Um, they're very passionate about what they do. These interviews have been so easy because they want to talk and it's interesting and it's exciting and they love what they do, which in turn gets me excited more about my job because um, I love hearing about it. Um, the member spotlight, this was the part that confused me about GMA. I was like, how do these people support, or what is their role in manufacturing? If they aren't manufacturers, what is their role? And this has opened up my eyes that manufacturing couldn't happen without these people. And our suppliers wouldn't have a job without our manufacturers. So they 100% go together. We have so many different suppliers. So there's someone for everyone and every need. And it's just made me realize how much manufacturing impacts our daily lives and all the amazing things that are being manufactured here in Georgia.
Isn't it cool when you walk through the store and you see stuff that's being made and you look at things, for me, look at things differently that you know now that there are people behind every product.
Yes.
Right? So cool to say somebody had to come up with the idea and somebody had to design it and engineer it and then come up with how do you make the first one and make it work, right? And
Yeah.
then make a million of them and then get it to all the way through the supply chain to the customer. And, there's issue with it, how to fix it if there's something broke. I think that's the piece that's, fascinating to me. I say it all the time. I love hanging around really smart people. And I get to
Yeah.
do that every day in the manufacturing space. People come up with ideas that in a million years I would never come up with. And it's cool to see them come up with solutions and fix stuff and make our lives easier and better in everything that we touch, from cars to airplanes to dinner rolls, right? There's all kind of different parts and pieces, and it takes good people making it happen every day because it's not going to make itself, right?
Yeah.
There's no easy button. There's no button that you just click on and it just makes stuff. There's so much behind it, and I love that you're being able to see the stories. I love watching you when we go on plant tours and your eyes are just bigger every
Yeah.
day. But I'm the
You're,
same way. I mean, I'm right beside you. I'm like, man,
yeah.
this is cool seeing the process. So
You
we
were
got some great.
mentioning like how you started here, and that's how I felt at the Kia dealership, or not dealership, the Kia plant tour. Um, it just completely changed my mind about what manufacturing is and what it can be and what goes behind it. And um, everybody agreed. Those people just that company in general just they love their employees and stuff, and it just shifted my mind and that whole idea of manufacturing. And one thing I remember from your old office when we first met back in 2018, and I'd go visit Wesley and hang out around the office with everyone, was that curio cabinet that you had with all the
Mhm.
made in Georgia stuff. And that's when it started getting my wheels turning like, wow, I didn't realize that was made in Georgia or invented in Georgia or whatever it may have been. And that was kind of my first intro into GMA. I never thought I would be working with you. Not, no offense. I just didn't expect this this life change, but it's exactly where I want to be.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm so proud of all the stuff that you're doing. You're making it happen and helping a lot of people, see things from a fresh set of eyes. Cause, for me to do an interview of a maker's mic, to sit down with somebody and talk to them about, well, tell me about, your laser, tell me about your laser jet. How does that
Mhm.
work? By default, people think that I should already know that. That would be a silly question for me to ask. But from you, from a
I
fresh set
don't
of
know.
eyes, so great that they're able to dig in with you and they love hanging out with you and love talking to you and helping educate you, but also not just you and I talking, but everybody that has opportunity to see and listen to this podcast and watch the video and stuff. I mean, we need to bring more people into manufacturing and the younger folks. We're kind of having some conversations about doing a young professionals to get more young folks looking at manufacturing as a potential career. And with
Yeah.
your help, I think we can really make that happen. So
Yeah,
I'm
I would
excited
love
about
that.
what we got lined up and
Yeah.
the summit and all the plant tours and stuff that we got on the radar and educational sessions. So I appreciate you taking the time and thinking about this. I would have never thought that you would interview me on this, but hey, we'll take it. It's
Yeah.
fun.
So we normally end with how to contact you, but I think everybody pretty much knows. So
Yeah.
I want to know you're a goal setter. So what is your goal for 2026?
Yeah. So the goal we want to as quickly as we can sell out the summit, get that thing nailed down. I'm in the process of this phase in my life and this stage in my life, I want to be able to give back and give something that will be able to keep on giving. GMA is going to be able to do that, and being able to continue to do the events. This book, Manufacturing Your Network, is a big piece of that because this is just a piece of the knowledge that I'm able to pass on for generations to come. So you can actually order this, the electronic version and the audio for $4.99 at manufacturingyournetwork.com. So people can get that, and I've already been asked to do some keynote speaking and presentations and stuff for companies and people around to talk about this book and helping them and their members be more efficient at networking. So growing the keynote presentations is a big goal for 2026. Rocking the summit, and then building the pieces. We've got such a great head of steam and such great momentum, and with you and Candy both helping make this thing a reality with all of our chapter directors right now with Laura Matajuski and Adam Bolin and Keith Puckett, and our sponsors and these guys really help it grow. I'm excited to see what our membership's going to look like by 20 by the end of 2026, and continue to see what places we're going to be able to get into. We've got 4 or 5
Hmm.
that are on the cusp that we've been trying to get into for years that I think we'll be able to pull off this year. So
Yeah, I think
that's
this
what
is
I
going to be a
got.
really fun year.
Yeah, that's what I got. How about you?
Um, I guess we'll be coming up on a year of me at GMA, which is crazy. I think I started in January, right? Ish. So, I just want to, I agree. We have a lot of momentum right now, and I really think it's going to be such a great year next year. And I just want to continue meeting people, continue doing my interviews because I love that. And definitely excited for the summit. I think that'll open new doors for us and for everybody else. Um, so I just want to see manufacturing in Georgia skyrocket, and I think we can do that.
Yeah, no doubt. With new eyes, new ways, and I would have never in a million years guessed we were going to have a GMA TikTok, but apparently we do.
Oh,
I was
yes.
told.
I'm trying to get that up and running. I'll
We'll see-
announce that when I'm a little more confident.
we'll see what that looks like, maybe in 2026, but.
Yeah, that might be a 2026 rollout. But thank you for taking the time to do my member spotlight with me. And yeah, this was fun.
Well, keep up the great work. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, see you.
Bye.